Welcome back everyone to more BallyDung Wrestling Scars and Stripes 3. We are getting ready now for the main event as here comes the special guest referee that Claire has just handpicked for this contest. It'll be Destroyer as the special guest referee, and if you recall, last year at Scars and Stripes, Destroyer was going for the YouTube World Championship against the One, and there was a whole big fiasco that happened. Destroyer ended up winning that championship over the One at Scars and Stripes 2. And now Destroyer refereeing this matchup with the One and RD defending the tag team titles against the YouTube World Champion Rage and the BallyDung Champion, the Mad Professor. And with such a huge stipulations and implications in this matchup, you gotta wonder how Destroyer will call this matchup. But I'm sure that Claire made a very good decision. Claire never makes any mistakes when she picks officials for matches, so she probably thought long and hard as to who would be the best official for this matchup and who would be impartial and fair and balanced and referee this matchup right down the middle. And I know that the Mad Professor and Rage have been getting ready for this night, and here come the BallyDung Tag Team Champions, the One and the RD, doing their normal entrance, I guess, and Charade is in the backstage area because the One did not want any distractions during this matchup as he and RD are focused on defending their tag team titles, and they have, looks like RD has a new outfit here for the 4th of July, the red, white, and the blue, and the One, I believe he is wearing his classic 4th of July attire for BallyDung Wrestling with the red, white, and blue, as he and RD are, giving the fans a little bit of a show, showing, that they're together right now as a tag team, and hopefully they can work as a unit here in this tag team title matchup, because there are high stakes for both of them. I mean, but I gotta wonder if it comes down to one of them winning the YouTube or BallyDung Championship, will they attempt to try and cheat the other out of that title belt? Because, I mean, everybody wants to be champion, and sometimes in matches it's a cutthroat business, because sometimes you want to be the top dog, and would you actually go as far as to cheat your tag team partner out of more gold? As here are the fireworks for this tag team, and here comes the Mad Professor and Rage, and the Mad Professor wearing that interim championship belt, which he won, and I guess he's wearing it instead of the BallyDung Championship for now. I guess he kept the BallyDung Championship back at his home, and it's hanging on him on his mantle. But I mean, the interim championship, though, is a recognized title in BallyDung Wrestling, as Rage is wearing the YouTube World Championship, which it looks like it underwent some modification, as it looks a little bit different. But the Mad Professor and Rage coming out here together, trying to show that they are a cohesive tag team unit here, as Destroyer showing off the belts that are on the line. And the other titles are sitting at ringside. But you gotta wonder, though, the interim championship, let's say the Mad Professor were to lose the BallyDung Championship, then I guess he'd have to go back, take the belt off of his mantle, and then hand it to the new champion if that were to happen. But for now, I guess they would only be able to hold the interim championship, at least for the 4th of July. Of course, who knows, though, what's going on, but, I mean, anything can be going on here at BallyDung Wrestling, and Rage with that DDT there to RD, and the One and the Mad Professor continuing the fight that they had at Royal Madness 3, and the Mad Professor, of course, winning Royal Madness, and he did not have to face off against Rage, but he did have to face the challenge of and the RDKO. The referee was busy talking with the One and didn't even see the RDKO connect. And, I mean, with everything that's been going on here tonight, I mean, this matchup, though, I don't think that it was any kind of shady officiating there by Destroyer that he did not see the cover. He just missed it. As now, looks like Destroyer is going after RD now, as the Mad Professor is keeping the one at bay. And this is good work by this team, as Rage, now a cover, no, and a kick out there by the RD. But this is good tag team wrestling by the Mad Professor and Rage against the One and RD. Two tag teams that you would never have thought would team up against each other, and such a huge matchup, to say the least, as the One is now backdropped in the center of the ring as the Mad Professor continues to attack the One. So I guess RD is trying to win the YouTube World title, as the One would like to try to win the BallyDung Championship, but right now he's not having a very good go at it, as the Mad Professor has been taking firm control of this matchup thus far in the early going, and now the RD had a chance at the YouTube World title, and now a cover. The Mad Professor had the One covered there, but remember, the Mad Professor and Rage are defending their belts against the tag team champions, so Rage can't walk out of here with the BallyDung Championship in this kind of a matchup. So he and the Mad Professor are trying to defend their belt, and I think that they have pretty much the most to lose, because could you imagine the face of Summerfest for if the Mad Professor or Rage were to lose their belt, as the One is now fighting back against the Mad Professor, and RD sends Rage into the barricade there, but Rage catching RD's kick there, and now Rage, that slam there, that black hole like slam, and now he's sending the RD into the barricade again, as now the Mad Professor is going for a big maneuver here on the One. It might be that superplex, as now Rage with an airplane spin to the RD. And RD is probably dazed and confused, and now a cover hooks the leg. One, no, and a kick out again by RD. And wait a second, Destroyer now, looks like he's gonna give RD the airplane spin as well. RD's gotta probably be getting dizzy here, as now the Mad Professor is keeping the One at bay again, and now a cover, 1, 2, 3. And I believe that RD has been eliminated, so I guess Claire has changed the matchup again to an elimination style matchup. So now the One has an opportunity to walk out with 2 titles, with 3 titles actually, if he were able to win this: the tag team titles, the BallyDung Championship, and the YouTube World title, as Rage attacking Destroyer there, as the Mad Professor now with a cover on the One, but it looks like Destroyer's not going to count, because he's a little pissed off at what Rage just did. And remember, no disqualifications in this matchup, as now the Mad Professor takes down Destroyer, and now he helps Destroyer up to his feet. But and a drop kick there to Destroyer, as the One now starting to fight back in this contest, but Destroyer admonishing the One there. On that exchange, and the One thrown right into the barricade, as now the Mad Professor and the One continue brawling on the outside. But the One, he's got a lot to overcome, because he's got to try and now beat 2 competitors. So this is a glorified handicap matchup for the One, and I think that the One's odds are very tough now, because he's got to try to beat 2 champions if he wants to retain the tag team titles with the RD, as the One goes up to the top rope, and now, a drop kick. He nails Destroyer with that drop kick, and the One is probably lucky that there are no disqualifications, as now the Mad Professor with that reverse suplex now, and a cover on the One, and now Destroyer, wait a second, he's got that tag team title belt in his hand, as he was look like he was gonna go for something, as now he's admonishing the Mad Professor, and that gave the One an opportunity, but the One wasn't able to take advantage of it, and now the One busted open, and the Mad Professor now going for the running power slam, takes down the One, and now a cover hooks the leg, and Destroyer breaking up the pinfall attempt there. I don't know what Destroyer was trying to do there on that exchange, but he broke up the pinfall, basically saving the One in this matchup. And Could the Destroyer maybe be feeling bad about how he's treated the One in the past and turning his back on Brutal Impact? That could be maybe a sign that Destroyer might be feeling some remorse as he's been helping the One thus far, and now a cover 1, 2, and is it gonna happen? Is the One gonna be able to kick out? But no, wait a second. Destroyer stops counting as now he's going in again. 1, 2, and no, he stops again. So Destroyer now breaking up the pinfall attempt yet again. So the Mad Professor, I mean, he had a chance to win this, but Destroyer did not count the pinfall attempt that the Mad Professor had. So maybe the One has got a chance here. Oh, and now he takes down Rage. But that's the problem. Now this is the problem that the One has. He's got to try to take down the Mad Professor and then keep an eye out for Rage to ensure that he doesn't get attacked by one of them when he's trying to get an elimination here. And oh, off the top rope there, the One. Oh, and Destroyer coming off the top rope now in this matchup. So the One, he's had opportunities, and now a suplex there to the Mad Professor, and there comes Rage again to make the save for the Mad Professor. But I don't know. I think that Rage is just trying to keep the Mad Professor safe because he wants to get his shot, and he knows he'll get an opportunity against the Mad Professor at Summerfest 4. And as long as they keep their titles intact, that matchup will happen. But, I mean, it could still happen, I think, if Rage retains his YouTube World Championship, as now he's got the leg hooked of the One. And wait a second, the Destroyer just called for the bell, and that is it. The One is not tapped out in this matchup, but the matchup is over anyway. And the One taps out after the matchup is over, but Destroyer called for the bell as soon as Rage hooked in that submission hold, and the One probably feels like he was robbed here of the tag team titles. But I mean, Rage and the Mad Professor are your new BallyDung tag team champions. So now they have two titles. They are dual champions. They've got the tag team titles, and they have their YouTube World title and BallyDung title respectively. So now the celebration is going to start for the new tag team champions. Congratulations to Rage and the Mad Professor on becoming the new tag team champions. And now I guess they are on a collision course for Summerfest 4. So we'll see, maybe the tag team champions, as long as they keep the belts going into that event, they will collide. And I guess that at that event, the Mad Professor will probably wear out his BallyDung championship. But congratulations here to the new tag team champions on the 4th